I'll talk about could not speak. Talk about that for a transition. Oh God, no! It continued. Now it's not good anymore. I forgot YouTube Music does that. Hello, peeps of the chat, people thingies. So today we will be doing, because I need something for this Saturday's video and I procrastinated too much. We're doing a tier list that I'm then going to edit and upload as a video. Because again, I have nothing else to do. So just gonna real quick boot up the convenient soundtrack I have fitted just for this occasion. You know what, that works. That wasn't the song I intended to start with, but there's like 17 songs in here. We'll just loop it. This is basically just a bunch of music that I've used in this 5008 show, whether or not it's actually like I made it or not, because most of this I have not made. Just gonna turn that down a bit. Okay, I think we are relatively ready. I just need to cut you out. Go away. Yes. Bonk. Okay. No, go away. Here we are. So I've got everything here. It's a small amount because I mean, like, that's all I could find, and also because I'm gonna go like as in depth as I can with each. However, first, oh wow, that's a voice crack. First, I have to go and get my phone so I can see the chat, because you guys can also say all your thoughts on this. I'll be right back. I'm almost there. Almost there. Yeah, alright. Okay. Here we are. So, I can now see chat. Hello everyone who is joining. So, I'm gonna turn this down a bit. Can I turn that down a bit? There we go. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these. I'm going to go in depth about them as much as I can. And then I'm just going to continue to yap about that and place them somewhere. So we're going to start with the one, the only coaster. My home commuter rail. I'm going to not be biased because, to be perfectly honest, I crap on this thing so much I don't think it's that hard to be biased about this, to not be biased about this. So, what is Coaster? They're a commuter rail running from San Diego to Oceanside via all the places in between. Oh, we'll get to Ace. They use a fleet of Siemens Chargers and Bombardier cars. Soon to be CEM Bombardier cars. So what I'm going to look at everything here is I'm going to look at it in essentially a, like, conventional format. I'll do a bit of rail fanningness because some of these are, like, the rail fanning tier would kind of save them a bit because, like, you know, some of these things are kind of interesting. But yeah, so Coaster, I feel like it is like the definite. It's like McDonald's. Coaster is like McDonald's. It's there when you need it. You wouldn't call it amazing. It's not great, but it doesn't, like, suck. They're okay. It is just the definition of average. Coaster is. Their horns are average. Their equipment is pretty average. Well, with the exclusion of 2304 and the F-59s, which haven't been used in ages, but they look like they are, yeah, they are deteriorating like hell. So they're not going to be coming out anytime soon, and I'll tell you that right now. So in terms of all these, in fact, hold on, I'm going to real quick add another tier. This one will be saved for a very specific someone. I'll call it the basement. and we'll have it be what color? Black. This is the basement. Actually, no. We'll have it be blue. No, deep purple. Perfect. The basement. Okay, so with that, we can now put Coaster directly in the middle, because that is where it is the definition of average. I personally think they could do. Apparently, they aren't really that good with staff. NCTD just as a whole, they're not something you want to. NCTD isn't an organization you want to work for like you want to plan to work for ages, because the retirement sucks. The way their staff are kind of sucks as well. Just in general, they're not great. They'll also yell at you if you do certain things, which just what the hell. So yeah, they're not great, but they're not horrible. So Coaster goes directly in the C tier. Now next up, we've got Crinkle Wrinkle Metrolink. Metrolink is they're just Coaster, but upsized and with way more stuff and way more notability. Now for Metrolink, the horns, not great. The equipment, the F-125s have been working okay recently. Granted, when the F-125s are in extreme heat, they die. They die hard, so that is a bit of a problem. Their equipment, past just the Railfang scale, is okay. The Rotoms, they're okay. They do kind of have a weird smell to them, which, it's kind of weird. The old Bombardier cars, though, oh my god, they need to, those things need to be refurbed real quick. Their paint is horrible. The paint's falling off. The insides stink. Oh god, the old Bombardier cars. Yeah, they need to get to refurbishing those quick, and they are, which is good. I'll also include Aero in this because it's close enough. Aero, I think, is what Metrolink should strive for. It's modern. It's relatively fast. It looks nice. In fact, I'll be seeing that on Friday. Now, I will say that my one big problem with Metrolink, and it's why it doesn't get some really godlike tier, is because Metrolink, their schedules just could be so much better, man. Their schedules are just they're so close to perfect, but they're not. I want to be able to on Saturdays be able to take a Metrolink at a reasonable time up to somewhere and at a rather late time down to somewhere. But on a Saturday, all you got is, well, coming up here, it's going to be the same thing, but they're just going to add one from the train. It's 661 is the earliest if you want to drive up to Oceanside, because I live in South County, so I have to take Coaster or something else. So 661 is the closest thing I can take, and then I have to take 668, which is a 4 p.m. departure from LA. So I'd always miss 785 and 587, also known as some of the best trains of the day. So and the other schedules are just like that. I like the code share with the Ventura County line. I personally think they should do that with the OC line too. The code share, Oceanside to LA, because that would kind of ease off on the schedules. But if you're not gonna do code share on the OC line and the IOC line, then please improve the schedules. And the Riverside line, the Riverside line, it's the butt of all jokes. Just the Riverside line, the Riverside line is. Oh my god. So yeah, Metrolink, I think it's above Coaster because they have farther range. Their equipment is a bit farther, better. It's old, it's newer-ish, except for their locomotives are pretty much the same age. I'll put Metrolink in B tier. It could be so much better, and that's why I don't put it in A or S, because it's so close to A. It's so close, but it's just not there. It's you're just so close to being a beautiful A-tier commuter rail, but it's just not. And now we get into our first Amtrak service, Pacific Surfliner. So, if you would ask me about Pacific Surfliner a year ago, I think my response would be very different. Um, and I unfortunately mean that as in it's kind of worse now. And that's mainly because of the rampant equipment issues. In fact, today 580 had mechanical issues, and it's like really late now. So yeah, it ain't getting any better. It's pretty obvious that the Charger Surfliner uses were rushed like hell and are pretty cheap as a whole. And that is really starting to show this year, as I mentioned in my Surfliners Cooked video, because, oh my god, the mechanical issues are horrible now. Like, what, 2113 recently just went out hard. 2118 and 2109, like, 2109 straight up caught fire. 2118 spewed oil out of the top of it, and it was out for like 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with 2113. 2121 and 2117 have been out for... 2121 has been out for like 6 months-ish. 2117's been out for like 3 years. What else we got? And then the cab cars, unfortunately, are not much better. 6907 cannot... Like, its headlights are horrible. Like, it just can't work right. It's just... the 6907... Like, if you see 6907 now, be glad, because you know for a fact that that thing, 2 days later, it's going to be sandwiched again behind an NPCU or a locomotive or something. Because 6907, like, its headlights always go out. Like, if you notice in some of my videos of 07, you'll notice, like, its right headlights out. That's just a thing that it recently got refurbished, too, 07. Like, it just came out of refurbishment. And, like, I don't know what they did at Beach Grove, or if it was something different, or, like, if it was just a problem that was just gonna get worse and they couldn't do anything about it, but they really needed to look at the headlights more with 07. Yeah, but anyway, for the rest of Surfliner, I personally think they need more trips going between, San Diego and Goleta, San Diego and San Luis Obispo, or just LA and Goleta and LA and San Luis Obispo. It's mainly because, like, if you've ever railfanned the North, as we call it, the North, it sounds like a military term, we're railfanning the North today. But if you've ever railfanned the North Surf Line, you'd know that trains don't really go that frequent up there in terms of Surfliner. I'm aware this is kind of because it's UP territory, but come on, man. UP runs, like, 2 trains there, and they're, like, tiny little locals. Or they're not tiny little locals. They have some girth to them. But, like, they're not that major of trains, and I honestly think UP needs to get off their high horse, or whatever you want to call it, and just let Surfliner run more trains. Because there is and I'm not kidding about this, there is a 3-hour dead hour up north. 3 hours of nothing. If I remember correctly, that's between 784 and 790/777. And this 3-hour dead hour is awful. Like, it's just to the point where, like, you can't do nothing. And, like, and the thing is, like, it's a 3-hour dead hour because no UP trains are running during that time. So Surfliner could easily run another full round trip in that time, but they don't. Partly because of the shortage of equipment, but also because, like, you just can't. In my personal opinion, once Arrow gets in full swing, maybe Surfliner can, possibly just borrow an Arrow set and send it down here, maybe make some more round trips, because we're going to need another... if we can't get any more Surfliners and Chargers, we're going to need another, like, some low-level equipment if we want to do another round trip through here. Now, slow, San Luis Obispo, that's what I mean by slow. Just more trains, like, just one more round trip would be fine. I know that Goleta to San Luis Obispo is their lowest ridership segment, because, like, no one really likes to go up there, but, like, if we could just get, like, one more round trip, like, say, like a I don't know where I'm going with it. Like, I don't know, 12 p.m. southbound from San Luis Obispo, and maybe like maybe like expand 785 up to San Luis Obispo or something like that. I don't know. That'd be nice. But yeah, past that, the views on Surfliner are beautiful. The cafe car, it works. Gives you food on board. Obviously not as luxurious as the long distance services, but it works. It's good. Frequency is okay, hourly, bi-hourly. It's also daily schedule, which is really good. I personally don't like services that like lower service on weekends or change service depending on the day of the week. I don't like that at all. It just makes things less convenient because, like, if you're like, this has happened to me before with like Coaster. I've almost missed my train multiple times because I was thinking it was a weekday when in reality it was a weekend. It's not that like major, but I feel like it could be a lot better. But anyway, with all that being said, I feel like this is about to be pretty unpopular here, but given the equipment issues, given how much this service could be so much better, I wish there was a tier like right here in between C and D. But I'm gonna have to put in more of C than D, but I just feel like this is a low C, Surfliner is. It just, it could be so much better, so much better, so much better. And I want it to be better. I want it to be better so much because this could be a great service. Amtrak just needs to, I don't know what you're going to have to do. I know that they brought 301 down here recently because that, like, fun fact, 301 is like a model charger for like the whole Amtrak system. So if you see 301 coming to your area, that's not just because they want to be foamy, but it's also because they're probably using it as like a benchmark to see how can we fix the chargers. So yeah, maybe they can use some of what they learned from 301 to fix some of their stuff, but I'm just praying that they can do something so we could get some more services in here, make service more reliable. Yeah. But anyway, now on to the 3 long-distance services. I put them all next to each other because of ease of use. The Southwest Chief is the next one. Yeah, that's what that is. So, the Southwest Chief. So here's where I'm going to stop ranking off of, like, frequencies because obviously the Southwest Chief would just go down here if we wanted it to be, if we were going off of, what was those frequencies? Instead, I'll go off of everything else. Southwest Chief uses, as expected, Superliners and P42s. No ALC 42s yet. Fun fact, the reason why the Sunset Limited and the Southwest Chief don't have ALC 42s yet, but the Coast Starlight does, is because ALC 42s don't have like an ATS mount or whatever you want to call it. Basically, ALC 42s can't use ATS, and if Amtrak wants to run 90 on the Southwest Chief line because of some goofy BNSF rules, the ALC 42s have to get mounts for those, which at the moment they don't. They'd have to modify them all to get that, which I'd imagine Amtrak is going to do at some point. But unfortunately, or at least at the moment, the ALC 42s are not coming with those kind of modifications. I'd imagine at this rate, Amtrak has probably told Siemens, hey, can you put this on here? So maybe like, I don't know, the 380 and up series are going to have those so they could finally run them on that territory. It's more of just that BNSF doesn't want to use PTC. Yeah, BNSF doesn't want to fully use PTC. Instead, they just want to use ATS. So that would be why. So they don't use ALC 42s yet, and they're not going to for a hot minute. The P42 horns are nice. And it just it works as a service. It's nice. It can get you from, it's not here. If you're taking the Southwest Chief to Chicago, you are not in any rush, and you've got a lot of money to not be in any rush for. So it's more of like a thing to just enjoy the journey, less of we got to get to Chicago. or just anywhere in between there. I want to take the Southwest Chief sometime. I really do. I just can't find any reason to, because it's kind of hard to find a way to take it without needing to like break the bank. But I'll find some way probably. Anyway, so with that being said, I think if you want to view the Southwest Chief as like a big long distance line, it is amazing. I will say this: the Southwest Chief has beautiful views. It's got beautiful stuff. I just think that because it's an Amtrak long distance line, it can go into A, not S, because it will. Again, as I said, it's an Amtrak long distance line. It can have huge delays. In fact, recently, I don't know what's been causing this, but P42s have been dying like crazy. Not like crazy, like Surfliners Chargers crazy, but they've been dying a lot, like a concerning amount on the Southwest Chief recently. Like, there have been way too many BNSF leads on the Southwest Chief recently because P42s have been dying out. But I don't know. I don't know what's causing that. I hope it's not that bad. I really don't. But yeah. Next, oh boy, it's the Sunset Limited. I so badly just want to place this now just to be funny. The Sunset Limited. Oh, the Sunset Limited. It's just so goofy. Like, the schedule for the Sunset Limited, it doesn't even depart every day. It departs on like Wednesdays, Tuesdays towards New Orleans, and Saturdays and Sundays towards Los Angeles. Like, it's really weird. It is just dumb, and it does not help that it runs on like one of UP's massive main lines, meaning it gets delays like hell. For rail fanning too, you also, if you want to catch the Southwest Chief in California, the Sunset Limited in California, you better hope you've got some protection on you, because the Sunset Limited goes through all of the sketchy areas and at all of the worst time. Like, it goes through like San Bernardino at like 1 a.m. It leaves LA at 10 p.m. and gets there at like 2 a.m. Like, it's just such a weird service. They really need to do something about the schedule. So, if you couldn't have already seen this coming, Sunset Limited, hell to the no. I don't care how much you want to argue that, oh, it's got some cool views, or, oh, the dining class is it. No, Amtrak has got, like, I know I said I wouldn't dabble with schedules, but this is just bad for long distance services, too. It's just, do something about the schedules on the Sunset Limited. Do something about the weird departure times. Do something about, like, it not even departing every day. Do something about just, do better, Amtrak. Do better. Now, time for the last long distance line. This music should have been playing, like, before when we were ranking the Sunset Limited, but I don't know. I guess we're doing this now. Some goofy music for the Coast Starlight. The Coast Starlight, we've got. It's cool. It uses ALC 42s, so it looks nice and modern. I will say the ALC 42s, contrary to what I've been hearing on, like, I don't know if it's the Empire Builder or something else. They've been actually acting really well on the Coast Starlight recently. Like, and the fact that they're getting more ALC 42 leads, and just ALC 42s in general are getting very common, like, on the Coast Starlight. So it seems like Amtrak's getting a good handle with ALCs on the Coast Starlight. So far they're good with modernity and stuff like that. It's also a pretty nice ride, I'd say. Get some good views, get some roomette, dining, etc., etc. You get to go through the California coast and stuff, and also the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, I just say the Coast Starlight. It's also just, like, in terms of equipment, as I said, ALC 42s, because UP doesn't want to be annoying, and so I say this is going to be a rather short one, but I say the Coast Starlight goes in A. It's not great because delays are still present because it's a long distance route and it goes through a lot of stuff, but it works. It can deal. I think the Coast Starlight can work really well. Also, yeah, that was just pointed out. The Coast Starlight recently, I don't know what catastrophe caused this, but there was a P-42, two BNSF locos, and a UP. I'll tell you what caused this. So I don't know if there was like a P-42 or an ALC in front of the already existing P-42, but essentially what happened was they took off whatever was originally leading that train. They put two BNSF units on there so they could get past the grades and stuff. And then the lead BNSF unit did not have working PTC or ATC or whatever you want to call it, like its speedometer was being goofy or something like that. So they had to put a UP in front of it. So you had a full-on like freight train leader to a like 12-car Coast Starlight set. It's yeah, that was a very weird set. Also, yeah, if you want to know why I'm not ranking like smart or something, it's because I'm only railfanning. I'm only ranking the ones that I've seen and have like experience with. So, yeah, that's also why I'm doing this video now and not like a month ago. So now on to, I'm just gonna say right now, the best passenger rail service in the entirety of California, Caltrain, right here, and I'm talking about modern Caltrain, not diesel Caltrain. Their service and their frequencies and their trains, as long as you don't mention the dumb crossing bells and the dumb horns that are goofy European one-tones, everything else past that is amazing. Like, it is amazing. The 30-minute... I'm just going to emphasize this. 30-minute frequencies on weekends. For context, Metrolink and Coaster both do like hourly by hourly on weekends, and the Riverside line doesn't even run on weekends. Caltrain's over here busting out 30-minute frequencies on weekends, with you being able to get to San Francisco with the local service in an hour from San Jose. Like, that is amazing. That is actually really competitive with driving. Like, genuinely. If you want to go to San Francisco, but don't want to deal with the sketchiness of having your car broken into or something, just have a hotel in San Jose and just take Caltrain up there. Like, you can do that. It is actually feasible because Caltrain runs all day, 30-minute frequencies a minimum, and it's just... I could not express more how much I love Caltrain. It is amazing. This is best California passenger rail service right here. And with that being said, we've got ourselves the S tier right here. Like, again, as much as I don't like their horns and as much as I don't like their bells, everything past that can just completely overflow those two little cons. It's just... It's such a good service, and I really wish the fact that they're electrified and not battery wasn't just because California high-speed rail is going to be running on this segment, so they can't do battery. I really wish that wasn't the case, but hey, it's just another thing to emphasize that. But next up, y'all have probably been wondering why I chose this picture for Ace. It was one, because I couldn't find an actual good image of Ace, and I didn't want to change SD cards to find an actual one. And two, because this is about how I feel about Ace. Okay, so let me explain myself here, because some people are going to get pretty mad about this one. Ace for rail fanning is almost perfect. Their horns are godly. They still have mechanical bells, and overall, they just look good. Their consoles are pretty long. Like, that's just weird. They still run at 40s. When you're rail fanning it, it's good. But we're not looking at all rail fanning here, are we? Let's talk about what else Ace has to say, and that would be okay. So let me just give context here. The Orange County line on weekends, the line that I just complained about having dumb schedules because I can't spend enough time there, has 8 trains a day. 8 trains. Ace, on weekdays, for peak commuter times only, has 8 trains a day. 4 eastbounds, 4 westbounds. All eastbounds are in the morning. All westbounds are in the evening. You want to get from Stockton to San Jose in the afternoon? Shucks. You better drive. You want to go to San Jose to Stockton in the morning? I don't know what to tell you. Like, they don't have a single service going the other way. And, like, I know that they do run, like, special trains for, like, games at the Levi Stadium. But that's just not, like, anyone could do that. Coaster does that whenever there's a Padre game. Like, it's just, it really is just, like, and Ace has the equipment to do it. They have 5 F40s and are about to have 5 Chargers. They're about to have 10 locomotives at their disposal. And they have a bunch of cars, I know, because they aren't pulling out those 9 car sets from nowhere. And, like, they could be so good, but they're not. And because of that, Ace is just, they're not going to go into F or the basement, but they're going to go right to D. Ace is just a D. The only thing that saves them is their horns and their, like, cool rail fanning stuff. Past that, they are awful. And I really hope they were better. Now, we have the Caltrans services. Capital Corridor and San Joaquin's. These two, I think, they're, like, the definition of, like, a bit above average. They'll really, like Capital Corridor and San Joaquin, or Capital Corridor specifically, is like, it just works. Like, it's not, like, godlike like Caltrain and can get you anywhere in a flip, in the snap of fingers whenever, but if you want to get somewhere and you're not in a rush and you have a day to spend, sure, take Capital Corridor. Why not? It's not that expensive. You can get to San Jose to San Francisco in about San Jose to San Francisco. So you can get from San Jose to Sacramento in like 3 hours ish. Not great, but like, I don't know. You want to do something just to Sacramento for some reason? Go ahead. Now San Joaquin's is a bit lower for me, mainly because they run a whole lot of less trains, and also because for rail fanning, San Joaquin's is like really boring. For Capital Corridor and San Joaquin share the best part of the line, which is the Bay Area. Okay, best part for the shot quality, not for the actually being there, because I don't like getting stabbed, quite frankly. But but once you get past that, the Capital Corridor, the San Joaquin's just kind of becomes a barren wasteland, like, because that's all that's in the Central Valley. Really, is just flat as far as the eye can see, and some farmland, I guess. It also gets really hot down there. Speaking of the heat, if you notice why there have only been F-59s on the San Joaquin's, it's because BNSF, the Chargers have, like, HVAC issues, also known as air conditioning of the engine. Chargers have HVAC issues in extreme heat conditions. I don't know what causes it. I don't know if the ALC-42s have it or if it's just an SC-44 problem, or correction, an original SC-44 problem. But whatever it is, BNSF has temporarily banned the Chargers off their Bakersfield sub until Amtrak can get that problem fixed, or until the temperature drops. At this rate, it's probably going to be when the temperature drops. Yeah, in terms of rail fanning, it's just F-59s and Chargers. Cool, they still run the F-59s, but their horns are okay. There's like two F-59s that still run that I'd say I actually genuinely really like. Past that, they're all like, okay. The Chargers are, okay. The 2107, it actually sounds pretty good, I'll say that. 2107, it's Cord, it's K5LA, sounds really nice. Even for, like, raised letter standards, for those of you who, like, despise raised letters out there, like, it actually sounds, like, good. Like, it has tuning, it sounds good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's a good raised letter, 2107. But yeah, for that, we're going to put both these in at the same time. Capital Corridor, I'll give a B, because it's above. And then San Joaquin's, I'll give a C. And with that, that's all we got. there's my tier list. I don't know. This is pretty much how I can imagine these services. In fact, hold on. Let me just make some final adjustments here of how I think things are. Yeah, seems about right. Nothing went into Ace right now. Nothing went into F tier. Just the basement. But you can kind of just call basement just F tier part 2. Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, I may do another tier list video like this. I don't know. I'll just see about it. But I'll also mention this video isn't done yet because I have to real quick go on a quick rant about the food I just had. This doesn't relate to the tier list at all. I just want to talk about this. So before I started the stream, I was feeling daring, okay? I was like, I'm gonna order Shake Shack. I've heard some good things about this place, so I might as well. I ordered via DoorDash. I have like this Dash Pass thingy that like takes some money off of the final price to get a better deal. So this is that the end of the playlist? Hold on, I need to check real quick. Don't mind me just checking. Is that the end of the playlist? Wow, it is. What the hell? We went past all of that? Wow. Okay. Guess we're circling back around. So yeah. So I put in an order. Okay, remember this. I put in an order for fries, a burger, just a simple burger with no attachments, by the way, and a shake, a chocolate shake. That comes out to $34. $34. What the hell? That should have been like 15. That shit. It's just. Oh my god. It just. I can't. Inflation sucks, man. $34 for 3 items: a burger, a shake, and fries. That should not be that expensive. The burger was $7. The chocolate shake was $7. No, not even like 7. It's like $6 or $7, $8. One of those 3. Like, what in the hell? And then the fries was like an extra $4, and then that extra like $10, $12 comes from like an extra tax or something, plus a bit of stuff because we're in California, I guess. It's just, oh my god, it's just, I can't, okay. I just wanted to talk about that, the fact that I spent $34 on 3 items from Shake Shack. But yeah, so hope you like this tier list video. This is probably more of a short stream. In fact, I can check right now how long this was. Yeah, about a 40-minute-ish stream. So, wasn't that insane. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the stream. Closing that out. So yeah, there was my video for this Saturday. You want to come up, Streamlabs? Thank you. Expect to see an edited version of this pretty soon. So yeah, I don't know what else to say.